The wrong number. Part 3. I couldn't breathe. The text was there, staring back at me, and it felt like everything around me had frozen. You shouldn't have come. What did that mean? And who the hell was sending these messages? Alex looked at his phone, then at me. His hands were shaking. Sarah, I swear I didn't do anything. Then who's doing this? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. I don't know. He tossed his phone on the table, his frustration evident. But I'm not lying. Someone's trying to set me up. I stared at the phone, the flashing light reminding me of a ticking clock, like something was about to explode. The more I thought about it, the more everything seemed off. The messages didn't make sense. If someone was trying to sabotage Alex, why contact me too? A sudden thought struck me. What if this wasn't just about Alex? I grabbed my phone, my fingers trembling as I scrolled through the last text I received. The messages were from an unknown number, but something about them felt personal. This person knew too much. Before I could react, Alex's phone buzzed again. This time it was different. A new message from the same number. Unknown number. Don't trust him. He's been hiding things from you. I felt my heart race. The words were cutting deeper now, aimed directly at me. This wasn't about cheating anymore. This was something bigger, something darker. I looked up at Alex. What's going on? His eyes met mine, but there was something behind them, something that made me take a step back. Sarah, I need to tell you something. I held my breath. What? I didn't want to say this, but it's all connected. He ran a hand through his hair, clearly struggling to find the right words. I've been getting these messages too. And I didn't tell you because I didn't want to involve you in this mess. But I think you have to know. I waited. My pulse was racing. He hesitated again, then finally spoke. A few months ago, I got involved with someone, not a girlfriend, but someone who reached out to me for help. She said she was in danger, that people were after her. I don't even know why I agreed to meet her. He looked at me, his eyes full of regret. She had a lot of information, stuff that made me believe her. But then things started to get weird. I realized I was in over my head. I felt my breath catch in my throat. Who is she? Alex's face was pale. Her name's. Before he could finish, his phone buzzed once more. The screen lit up, revealing another message from the unknown number. Unknown number. You're running out of time. She's closer than you think. I couldn't process it fast enough. Who was this woman? And why hadn't Alex told me sooner? Alex, what do you mean closer than you think? What the hell is going on? I demanded, panic rising in my chest. I don't know. His voice cracked. But I swear, Sarah, I didn't want this. I didn't want you involved. That's when the doorbell rang. We froze, staring at each other. The sound echoed through the apartment, far too loud, far too sudden. Who's that? I asked, my heart racing. I don't know. I wasn't expecting anyone. Alex's voice trembled. Stay here, I whispered, my feet moving before I could think. I walked cautiously to the door, my mind racing. Was it her? Was it the person behind these messages? I peered through the peephole. Nothing. No one was there. I opened the door slowly, my pulse pounding in my ears. That's when I saw it. A small envelope, left on the doorstep. I bent down to pick it up, my hands shaking. Inside was a single photograph. It was blurry, but it was unmistakable. It was me, taken in the park near my apartment, walking alone one evening. The date on the back was from just a few days ago. I froze, the air in my lungs thickening. How could they have taken this? How could they have known? Alex appeared behind me, his breath catching when he saw the photo. Sarah, I'm sorry. I turned to face him, holding the photograph in my trembling hands. Who is this person? Who the hell is watching me? Alex didn't answer. Instead, he looked at me like he had just realized something. Wait, you didn't get this message, did you? He grabbed his phone and unlocked it. The message that came with the photograph. I took a step back. What message? He showed me his phone, and my heart dropped when I saw the text. Unknown number. Now she knows. It's too late to stop it. Before I could process what that meant, Alex's phone rang. This time, the caller ID showed a name I didn't recognize. I looked at him, fear rising in my chest. Answer it. He stared at me, his face pale. I can't. Answer it, Alex. I shouted. He hesitated, then picked up the phone. His hand shook as he put it to his ear. Hello. Alex's voice was barely a whisper. I couldn't hear what the person on the other end said, but the look on Alex's face told me everything I needed to know. He was trembling. Sarah, he said softly, his eyes wide with terror. It's her. The woman I was helping. She's been dead for weeks. The room seemed to spin. The walls closed in on me, and I struggled to breathe. What are you talking about? Alex's voice was barely a whisper. She's been dead, Sarah. She died the night I met her. The phone fell from his hand, the screen cracking on the floor. And as I stood there, holding that photograph, my own face staring back at me, I realized something. It wasn't a prank. It wasn't a mistake. This wasn't just about Alex or me. We were being played, and the game was far from over.